Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, now Wednesday, number 30 day for this month, number 3 month for the year 2022. My name is Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonia Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King.
11/20/2017, declare war against Ambazonia.
Welcome to our daily podcast, a program where we provide meaningful information and critical analysis based on facts, substantiated evidence regarding issues we need to wrap our brain around as we navigate this journey to our independence.
Blame nobody but you and me. Yeah, wait them there, shaky no day. Mass fire, go before Ambazonia on the move, block by block, man no run.
Good people of Ambazonia, citizens of Ambazonia. Today, this episode will be titled The Chronicles of Pa John, a letter where one of our veteran he write in response to our last episode for our daily podcast. But before we go for that, Ambazonians will be very embarrassed. Say for Insabui, would see get battle between the forces of Isobu and the forces for the Bui Unity Warrior, where that leads to the death of Ambazonian soldiers. This one will be regrettable and a big shame. Say after all these years for we for fight against La Republique, we see get fighting between ourselves as Ambazonia. Now an embarrassment where it be read across the globe. Say some Ambazonia fighter they see fight with each other. The Ambazonia Governing Council then call for a collaboration and for reconciliation amongst forces. All forces then collaborate with each other and begin fight against a common enemy. Forces then be allowed for use force in self-defense, but for begin shidong the plan attack against other forces them, or for begin send instruction them as we see them from Isobu, where they talk to me he get a war with the ADF and the forces them under General Maddock. It be just regrettable, especially where it be based on lies and manipulation. We call on people that meet and stuff for become brainwash soldier them for ground with this anti-Ambazonian liberation ideology in the name of fighting for a government. It just be wrong. The ADF, for the most part, our leadership is not aware of the details them for the instruction way led to the death of those soldiers, because we would never still be in the implementation phase for the Bui Unity Warrior. Nevertheless, we still call for core heads and for Isobu for focus on La Republique and General Maddock also, and for use force only when it comes for self-defense. As we go to put mechanism to implement the Bui Unity Warrior joint platform, we go to engage with the forces and for General Maddock and those people the way then they for back in a constructive way, so that there will be it will safeguard the integrity of our liberation movement. Fighting against other Ambazonian forces is counterproductive and it is useless and should never be a policy. It should be a last resort, and would monitor the issue concerning Isobu, in as much as we not like the anti-rhetoric. We know say Isobu just be brainwashed by the people then for the Sako group, and would call on Isobu for reason, for understand say the same people the way he fight with them, where they call them say La Republique, now the same people they fight with them for all the life. And he know the truth, say all those talks about the ADF and General Maddock working with La Republique or side by side with La Republique, now just lie. General Isobu know say the people them for inside and where them be contact say me they arrange for half attack General Capo for ADF. Those people they do work with La Republique. They done almost get for coordinate activities for the La Republique military for attack an ADF base. We just thank God say we be done pick up the intelligence and in need for rethink the type of advice whether they give you, if those advice them be correct or if La Republique they manipulate the people the way they talk with ye. All this infighting is no use, is counterproductive, and we should avoid it as much as we can. Fellow citizens, since Sunday, our forces them for around Naka, for inside Mezam, we ran the battle with La Republique. We then move forces them for inside Naka, and for most of the part them for my 90. And we try to set up some rules, as we done tell now. La Republique, their military, they don't get some cartel, some mafia where they go on where they profit from this war on the ground. Not be the official channels and for Cameroon government, but their top officials them, the governor, the Ministry of Mines. They don't set up a mechanism for benefit from policy where we start this war, design the policy for cut off our reliance from Cameroon and for attach our economy more with the economy for Biafra. That's one it then lead for we for promote import from goods from Biafra than through Douala and Bafoussam. But it then also create a loophole where official them for the Cameroon government they then set up a union for petrol dealer them where they work money for them, they give them millions for money where they bring petrol from Biafra, cancel and from Bamenda and leave the chaffs them to some Ambazonian forces them where then they collect their own money too from those driver them. We then try to upset those system. Those system either eliminate a lot of small fuel dealer them. Leave the business only for handful of top executive member them where they work directly for pay in money into private accounts from some Cameroon government the official. As we then enter for they will then set in new rules. The Cameroon military they then send them for inside there for can launch attack against the forces them from for inside Naka right up to my 90. As we talk road for Bali, it then stop because of the fighting and not because we don't intervene. So Nafisi say the Cameroon military they be driven by individual the way they be corrupt, they need to come fight now for their country. This particular battle where they go on, na battle for the Cameroon government for try to continue for take the money or then stop and they need to take them. Because our activity they don't guarantee semi other small people the way they know of get big money, me them too they do those businesses, we then create alternative route where they enter with their own petrol to for inside town. Now where the Cameroon government they can fight back. This fight now where they fight for they not be about their country, not about their corrupt official them where they want benefit from the war. I will give you a small brief background information again, as we done they always do so that make our population to be aware for what really happen as they talk people they die because of lack of knowledge. The more people then be aware of what really happen, they go understand their liberation struggle, how they be prosecuted and they go take measures them for support the resistance actively. In the beginning when this system be emerge, the people them for the union, they be then get arrangement with the Cameroon military and the person will be at the top, the big boss for this mafia, this gang. Now the Cameroon delegate of mines we did for Bamenda. Now he be the boss. Now he control all the money. They come for a pocket before they take and give governor own, give the top commander them for La Republique. And then the next person will be like the enforcer. Now one commandant for gendarmerie for Kendemde for we name na Louis. Now he be the enforcer. They now also set the mechanism where they work with the Ambazonia fighter where they did for my 84. For Naka, the commander of a name na target, I think, hard target. It worked directly with this union, their relationship with this union. It then developed a network where the military they moderate the activity for those soldiers, the way they be involved. They need to attack the soldiers them too, they need to disturb the military. They don't do focus now on their cartel and their business interests for this war. So when in those initial days the way this cartel be emerge, they be the same information for Chris Anu me they declare lockdown for that Bali, that highway, Trans-Saharan highway, for affect the price for fuel for inside Bamenda. So when price they want the one for make plenty money, they talk me then lock that road, say na lockdown. When they lock the road, say na lockdown, price them for fuel will begin. Price of fuel will go up because they will get fuel shortages, and then they go allow only their executive member them pass for that road. So the soldier they dey for that route for my 90 to my 98, they go allow specific motor they make them pass for night. And then they go bring fuel, they go refuel, so they go bring fuel, they don't buy them for cheap price for inside Biafra. And they go cancel them for Bamenda for high profit. So it then become a big issue. We don't struggle, so we don't solve that particular issue. But which way did they do another say? You get their union president, they cut ticket. This union ticket, it not be registered for Cameroon government. Now just their cartel where they don't create them. Each driver they pay 70,000 for one ticket where they cut them. The union then get one motor na Northwest 377. Now they escort the motor the way they don't cut ticket. That ticket they be checked by that gendarme for condemn whether you don't pay or not. So the money where they be pay them for hard target for my 90, they need to see pay that money again. So if you don't let for a situation now way, they need to see rely on price hike because they are eliminate competition and stop all the small boy the way they be sell petrol. It be not only in the hands of the people the way that they insist they work directly with the military. So the boy they be done be forced for recover the money the way they be done they get them. Then set up over from if you come up from my 84 to my 90, you get over 4 control where the boy them for hard target they done set up. Each motor with one pass the day where they carry fuel. If not for daytime, they go ask them 5,000 for one driver. If not for night, they ask 10,000 for one motor. So if 30 motor then go bring fuel, if you imagine that the money that they collect them for one day when motor then pass for day. For inside Bali, you get over 5 control they be there for day. But this control them, they no be the focus now on petrol business. It just be in a regular forces them. We'll be then engage with them for some time. With the buffaloes, then too they be done decide for suspend even for collect any money for road as well because they be don't understand the mafia way they go on. So Batibo too, some forces then the way they be done also they collect money specifically for this particular petrol business. We be done engage with them, then too be done come with understanding, and they then begin work with we now actively for facilitate for undermine that system by allowing freedom for people then for import petrol by themselves and small trader them. So then they look way for work with them so that people the way they know they with that union then too they feel participate for that trade. It will be for the benefit for the people for Bamenda, it will be for the benefit for Ambazonia, and it will make them the Cameroon military they benefit from this war. They will lose the money they get them from that trade union. Now through their network with those soldiers them, it make and they get intel. And they get intel on other forces then where they operate inside Bamenda. Now say they can forget a lot of successes for know who be who inside Amba. Now say they don't benefit a lot through that network. So that enter inside my 90, we don't stop the particular trade union then for begin do petrol business with guarantee from La Republic. So if they cut ticket, we go charge the one the way we know. Say they don't cut ticket for Bamenda. And the one way they never cut ticket, they go to pass them freely. So now he then trigger Cameroon military for carry out this operation for secure their gang mafia where they go on for that road with petrol business. While we go continue for fight this war, Ambazonia they go realize say the stalling of this liberation movement, the infiltration of this liberation movement, it then bring a lot of damage, a lot of corruption. We don't suppress our fighters. It don't even influence our fighters. We wait for the governing council for release some of the information we they don't get them about the ongoing investigation, but nothing shall be hidden under the sun. This is a God-ordained struggle, and we could reach for our end very soon. We hope as information that they come for expose all these things, and it will put us back for those who they be done slip away to the right path. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will go back for the title as we done talk for this episode. Now, the Chronicles of Pa John, an Ambazonian veteran, Southern Cameroonian veteran, where he done make some write-up, where I would like for read them out, and I will give some more perspective. For the write-up, Pa John talks a tribute to our unsung heroes. So far, this Ambazonian revolution has been noted for its many discordant voices, with very little attention paid to few but important point of convergence. That has to change. As a people, we ought to acknowledge and appreciate a very lovely Ambazonian flag that floated high at the background of our various groups and organizations. The letter it continue to read them. The Chronicles continues. It say, whoever designs this national emblem deserve recognition and praise, even if anonymity is cherished for now. Another emblem for which we ought to express gratitude is the lovely national anthem, which, like the flag, has been embraced by all. How wonderful. I would love to say the same about the official designation of our lovely crimson-shaped fatherland, but not yet. While Godidinka is largely credited with coining the name and pieced the real estate as Ambazonia, the formal designation still hangs in the air. Many refer to the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, especially those who fell in love with federal or federation during the grand debate or thereafter. Is there a defensible rationale for it? Some call it United Republic of Ambazonia, but it is a republic. How about the Kingdom of Ambazonia or the Ambazonian LGA? One of the first and second paragraph. I go just want to make a statement from this write-up where our senior comrade put them out for inform our people. Yes, some group would all call them Federal Republic of Ambazonia. The original name where Gojidinka, organization it began for our country, na Ambazonia, and then you get the Republic of Ambazonia. Now we call them the Federal Republic, the LCYL, it began to call them the Confederation of Ambazonia. And the whole idea of federal, like the rightly talk, it come now mainly from our elites, them way they be fall in love with this name them during the Cameroon organized grand debate, where we be meant for shape the constitution and for swallow Ambazonia once and for all. When I know another attempt for create that constitution, we probably be appoint Simon Monzo and Carl Sinanyangwe, where they end up see the mafia, and then he end up for create the All Anglophone Conference 1 and 2 and SCNC. The rest of the story in history. Our people they need for know say the outlook of our territory it never yet be determined. If it only be determined by a vote during a referendum and a constitution of our country. Right now, our country, as it be for Southern Cameroon, it be in a parliamentary system like that of the British, will be headed by a prime minister office. So the projection whether we go be in a federation, it mostly come for people the way they don't be influenced by Cameroon, because they be desire federation so much as a means for live peacefully. So they be enough for adopt federation simply because they want for appease Francophone Cameroonian them, where they wanted and say after all, Ambazonia will not be in a one, will be northwest and southwest. So we will not be afraid say we for be in a federation. It means say we go separate, we go fight for separation. So if we be for pay for satisfy Cameroon their fear for Ambazonian nationalism, we will be try to project ourselves as a divided people who will go and live now even in a federation between ourselves. So we still get that lingering on over our head. Now still an appeasement approach for things say Ambazonia it could be federation. If you look at our territory, it is too small for us to even have a federal republic. But that is a debate of another day. As a governing council official, the Ambazonian governing council, they call them now a federation, but them acknowledge, say the outlook it could be determined now when we don't get our independence. So make what people they know say the name for our country na Ambazonia, no be Federal Republic. Federal Republic na a political system, or na the outlook where it be determined. But the name for the country na Ambazonia. It no be a Federal Republic, it no be a republic, it no be a kingdom yet. So that one it could be determined when we don't get our independence. I could continue to read the last part for the later we write them. He write them as it follows. I will read them as it follow. Still, also in limbo is the official language. DDC Capo Daniel has since decreed Pidgin English as the official lingo of Ambazonia. Whether he has the power to do this, only a Pasamoto, and the other gods of Mount Fako can say. How many subscribe to this how easy it is to use communication to create this reality. From my humble observation of those who make a fetish of its use, it falls short of expectation for many reasons. Not only is there no standard dictionary for it, every devotee has his or her own peculiar way of speaking it, chooses words, pronouncing them, and inevitably adulterate it with standard English. Can any of the many tribal or ethnic languages be elevated to serve as Ambazonians? Or should we cast net far afar and consider Lingala, Swahili, Spanish, German, Farsi, Portuguese? What should be the major consideration in settling this matter? Does Ambazonian lingo have to be one that helps us reach out to the wider world of science or arts? Listens to Ambazonians call Prince J. Carl, who said he was glad to travel to Europe and learn to reason out of the box. And then he said, the day I go back for home, Gaddafi sumo. What does it mean? And the language, what is that? I also listened to Capo Daniel. Arambi drawn to my attention something about the IG. What on earth did he mean? So, Pa John, he talk about my declaration, say Pidgin English it could be na the official language of Ambazonia, and he asked a pertinent question: are we using communication for force and down for people their neck? I go talk say they use communication also for force the idea of federation and many other things, but my intention for propose English not just an advocacy, and then the talk say it must be now the people then go choose. And for the question we talk and say would you choose language now for reach out for the larger war, I go and make it consider Ethiopia. Say the language for Ethiopia it not be understood anywhere apart from Ethiopia, but Ethiopia now the best and the fastest growing indigenous Africans where they don't prosper in learning science in their own language. So I will get a specific episode just on these chronicles because it contains very, very important information. It be longer than I don't read them. Other end I'm halfway due to time constraint. So we will continue to focus on ground zero for fight. We don't see the delivering of the first batch for reinforced Bamenda. We don't see the ADF action where they don't carry out for inside the CDC targeting the rubber plantation. And we will continue to fight the battle. We will put our prayer them for so that way they fight today for my 90. They ran the fight since Sunday. The battle could go on. We'll begin pray also for unity and in collaboration in Bui between our forces and Isobu. We'll pray make Isobu he brainwash with the damn brainwash make it stop, and those people the way they put up all those lies for create this infighting for call them to order. God bless you now. Capo Daniel signing off.